my friends, for a second part of this adventure, and we're heading up that A683 now. As you can see, it's lovely and lush, although it has to be said the trees aren't quite as full. This one especially over here on the left, it doesn't have any leaves on at all, does it? Some of the others are fairly heavily leaved. Not what those old buses are doing there. I expect my friend Phil will know. Now we're in this bit of open country, which we saw last time. We were heading down this road from Kirkby Stephen towards Sedbergh, and it's surprising, although it's the same road, the views are completely different. Is that surprising? Probably not. Of course they'd be different, in a different direction. Now very soon we'll be crossing the second cattle grid, and then we'll turn off to the right, across the open moorland. Now, if memory serves, it's just the other side of this rise. No, maybe not. Some wonderful views across to the right there. Yeah, shame about the sun. It's a bit cloudy, and we did have rain on the way up. But we were not daunted. Here's the cattle grid. I've got a bit ahead of myself there, didn't I? Right, I'm going to turn off to the right here. You notice I stuck my arm out, and that's because I tried to set the indicator, and unless you get these indicators, the button, just right there, it just won't move across. I've noticed this before. It will be absolutely level on it. But I'm the old school. I used to use hand signals all the time, never had indicators. Although I do appreciate them now. I remember when I had my my old BSA 650. I used to ride back from work in the evenings, and I used to think to myself, oh, I could do with something to indicate with a light. And I was contemplating having fitting up my gloves with little contact points and some lights on the back of the glove to flash. But, so as I put my arm out, so a light would flash. But no, I never actually got round to doing it. I actually got rid of the. Did I get rid of the bike? No, I fitted a sidecar to it. That's what I did. Now we're heading across this bit of open moorland in the opposite direction. It's not quite such a lovely day, is it, as the last time we came over here. And we've got a car coming. What's he doing up here? This is for two-wheelers only. It's too convenient, a little cut-off from the A road to the B road. Precious few places where you can pull in to enjoy the atmosphere up here, but the views are magnificent. I was thinking about going in there. I thought, no, there's a parking place. No, I'll go in there. pop in here, nothing much coming. Nice sound of the birds. Well, that was skylarks and curlew. Lovely liquid note of the curlew, wonderful. And the skylark, I mean, I haven't heard skylarks in so long. The last time I was up here, it was a bit sunnier actually, and we did have lapwing up here, that lovely sound of the lapwing, but there weren't any today, unfortunately. So just heading down to Pendragon Castle, and a bit of a surprise for you when we get to the bottom. Yes, and that over there is Malastang Edge, I think. I think in some ways it's more spectacular coming this way. We're heading down to that B road. I'll check on the number of that. Oh, it's the B6259. Think we're in a country of nearly 70 million people, got so much open space. Wonderful. Right over this cattle field, watch out for red squirrels. Nice to see one of those. I'm sure I'd frighten them off as I was coming through. And just up here was the house with a very loud barking dog last time. Over the River Eden. All the stones that have gone in to make these dry stone walls that work over centuries. What a rich heritage we have. History. And talking of history, we're just going to pull in over across the other side of the road here. Very thoughtfully provided lay-by. And there we are, Pendragon Castle, ruin of. Well, this apparently dates from the 12th century. Roman coin has been found there, apparently. It's in private hands. Right, here we are on the 6259, heading south towards the Moorcock Inn. At this point, the settled Carlisle Railway is over on the right hand side, and it's running underneath that moor, a Skill Moor. Eventually, that's a bit further down though. I do love this road. Cottages there. Lovely little hamlet this. Yes, where I'm from, in the part of Hampshire I'm from, you get some thatched cottages, and generally the walls are made from flint, faced with flint. It's very much chalk. A lovely stone barn. It's a close-up view from this angle. In fact, riding this way, I've seen a lot more dig coming up. But that's the beauty of going both ways, isn't it? You see things that you can notice with time before. Yeah, lovely little dwellings. Oh, it must be bleak here in the winter though. Especially when it was later part of last century. Oh, I remember the big freeze of 62, 63. Whoa. Yes, deep snow. And that was in the south of England. What it was like up here, I shudder to think. Right, what are they doing up here then? Come on, turn green. There we go. Probably filling in a few of the potholes along the edge, which I noticed on the way up a few weeks ago. I'll tell you what, the weather's improving down this way too. Brighter. Farm up there on the left. plenty of gates here, aren't they? Gateways through the view, which Saddlebag 73 loves. Talking of Saddlebag 73, oh, he does do some lovely videos based in Cornwall. I especially like the walks he does around the coast path with his wife. They're really lovely. Twinks. Of course, if we're talking about other vloggers, we should not forget to mention Mr. TAYM, or the all-year motorcyclist, who always talks about us smaller folk, mentions us, and a lovely man he is. He's got quite a few motorcycles too, in the centre of things. So thank you, Mr. TAYM. As I was riding down this road, I was thinking about the half nomad who's over in Melbourne, and how very different this landscape is, and also Aussie biker dude who's in Queensland. Such a totally different landscape to where they are. They may have the sunshine, but we've got the landscape. Still, all depends what you like, doesn't it? And this is what I like. I think it must be one of my favourite roads, this. I may have said that about other roads, of course. Oh, it's certainly up among the top 5. I think it's those stone bars that does it. It's also the rising and falling nature of the road. It's not just all flat like the A road coming up here. Right, we're just crossing over the railway here, and we're going to pull in to the left-hand side on this little bit. I remembered this from last time. And my friend Edward West, who he actually told me about this ride. He tells me that this was the scene of a bad accident back in the 1920s. This railway bridge that we've just gone over, which you will see in a minute. Let me have a look. There it is. Look down the line. As it says, that's Askill Moor, and the railway's over on our left now, as you know. Just see it. Yorkshire, but also it says Richmondshire, or Richmondshire, as we say. Lovely road snaking its way down there. So nice to watch these back over again after riding them. I call myself relaxing rides, it relaxes me. Nearly sleeping. Ooh, almost nudging 40 miles an hour, good heavens. Now, that's something I have noticed. See, this camera, which is a Castle Brave 7, for those who are interested, with a built-in microphone and a wind muff on it, which cuts down all the wind noise, which is lovely. The angle of view is 170 degrees, which is a normal view. This is actually the view I see when I'm riding. Yes, I turn my head, of course. I've noticed, I'm just going to go under the railway here, and a tight little bend, so I'll join you to the other side, if I may. A typical working farm, isn't it? Nice to see it. Right, yes, I noticed that with people who use GoPros, they have a much wider angle of view. They tend to distort things, verticals. I've noticed with some of them, get telegraph poles and lamp posts, and they curve right over as you go past. Most peculiar effect. But I know that the GoPro is the preferred camera for most moto vloggers, and most of the people that put things on YouTube. I think very big seller, but I'm not prepared to spend that sort of money. So, sorry, but I have to make do with my Castle 7. A blurry view, of course, uses different camera setup. There's a railway down there. Oh, lovely view of that. What a way that road drops down. Absolutely beautiful. Only my opinion, of course. This is a bit dodgy. I'll slow right down here because coming up there were people crossing the road from the over to their cars from the cottages. Look at the trees. The trees have hardly got, well, I haven't got any leaves on at all here. Wind do whistle. Now we're heading down to the Moorcock Inn now. Ooh, a telephone box. I'd like to see telephone boxes. I didn't actually check to see what sort of mobile signal I had here. I should have done, I suppose. There's been quite a bit of discussion on the Royal Enfield Owners Club WhatsApp group about the Royal Enfield Assist, which has proven to be fast, very successful. They come quickly, they do the job, very friendly. So that's good. You get 3 years of free of that if you buy yourself a new Royal Enfield. Ah, here we are, the Moorcock Inn. Lovely. Thank you very much for joining me. As we say, I hope to see you again.